Welcome to Toronto, home of the 2014 PCMA Education Conference. Thanks for joining us on PCMA TV Live, produced by Convention News Television. I'm Sarah Solomon. Now, we'll be joining you on your journey in this vibrant city to give you a daily informative recap of all of the events taking place that you can actually watch while you're here or following the conference.
Toronto certainly is a great backdrop for everything global. PCMA created this global advisory group. We have a global task force already, but we want, as we're evolving and growing every day globally, our brand is getting stronger, our education is being well received. We wanted to rethink what it means to truly be global, to be a global organization.
Meeting professionals are in for a treat this week. They're going to experience a not-so-traditional way of doing conferences in a not-so-traditional city. Now, it's all part of PCMA's strategy to deliver cutting-edge education by taking risks. The goal is for meeting planners to walk away with new ideas they can implement into their own meetings.
Our challenge, or our opportunity, is to take those risks and to innovate in front of our members so that they don't have to do this on their own within their own organizations. We're kind of a learning lab, I think, and our members love it. They love to see how we are delivering education in different ways. They take back bits and pieces, or they implement the entire process that we might be showcasing. But it is our job to show them what's out there today and how people are providing a different learning environment to maximize the learning outcomes for any organization.
Meeting planners responsible for some of the most successful conferences say PCMA is their hub for big ideas.
Education is what we are most known for. And again, here at EduCon, you're going to see some of the unique educations of unique forms of programming and content delivery that we've become known for.
Education kicks off on Monday at the opening session with a dynamic message from speaker Heidi Grant Halverson at 8:30 a.m. You won't want to miss the PCMA Business School, the new landscape of marketing at 10:15 a.m. And spark your creativity with your peers at the Big Ideas Luncheon. That starts at noon. Plus, we'll bring you highlights from the highly anticipated Virtual Edge Institute on hybrid and virtual ROI from immediate to long-term value. That session begins at 3 p.m. For a full list of events this week, download the PCMA Education Conference mobile app. It's your pocket guide to all things EduCon. Big ideas lead to big business, and thanks to PCMA, EduCon is where fresh, innovative ideas will spark even more success for meeting professionals. And of course, Convention News Television will be here throughout the week to capture some of those ideas so you can share our coverage with your team that couldn't make it to the conference. Before we let you go, we're going to share some of the fun and networking that's been going on at the opening reception. For Convention News Television, I'm Sarah Solomon. This is PCMA TV Live. We'll see you next time. Welcome back to PCMA TV Live, everybody. I'm Sarah Solomon, and joining me now is President and CEO of PCMA, Deborah Sexton. Now, Deborah, we are in Toronto, the beautiful city of Toronto. What can we expect this week? This is also part of PCMA, kind of, the global strategy that you guys are implementing. So what can we expect this week being here in Toronto?
Well, I will tell you that Toronto has rolled out the red carpet for us. We had an annual meeting in 2007 here, which was tremendously successful. So we're very excited about being back for the education conference. You go outside, you'll see all the construction that's happening, which speaks volumes about the economy here in Toronto. So we're very excited. And the weather's beautiful.
The weather is beautiful. I am loving the weather. Now, the education that is happening here is very unique this week. You guys are doing things a little bit differently, which is in typical PCMA fashion. So, what's the mission? What's the goal behind the education that, you guys constantly are taking risks and that kind of thing? So what is your mission?
Well, basically, our challenge, or our opportunity, is to take those risks and to innovate in front of our members so that they don't have to do this on their own within their own organizations. We're kind of a learning lab, I think, and our members love it. They love to see how we are delivering education in different ways. They take back bits and pieces, or they implement the entire process that we might be showcasing. But it is our job to show them what's out there today and how people are providing a different learning environment to maximize the learning outcomes for any organization.
And you know what's interesting, Deborah, is that you guys always, between the education conference and convening leaders and just throughout the year, you really do such a phenomenal job at taking those risks and making things different for meeting professionals. So how long does it take you, to think of these new ideas and really make them come into play?
Well, I think that was developing a culture within our organization. Our team really loves to think up new ways and to discover new ways that other organizations, corporations, etc., might be delivering education. So I think it's the most exciting part of probably every staff member's job. So we just enjoy it, and because of that, our members are also volunteering information to us, and then we build upon that.
And we can really see the passion come to life here at the EduCon in Toronto. And I really appreciate your time, Deborah. Thank you for joining us. I'm Sarah Solomon with PCMA TV Live. Welcome back to PCMA TV Live, everybody. I'm Sarah Solomon, and joining me now is the man of the hour, Sheriff Karamat, and we are here to talk global. So PCMA is thinking globally. We're here in Toronto, and this is a very fitting, place to be for the Global Advisory Group. So if you can tell us a little bit more about that.
Sure. Toronto certainly is a great backdrop for everything global. PCMA created this Global Advisory Group. We have a global task force already, but we want, as we're evolving and growing every day globally, our brand is getting stronger, our education is being well received. We wanted to rethink what it means to truly be global, to be a global organization. So the Global Advisory Group is coming up with recommendations to the board in September to really look and dig deep and serious look at what our direction is, how are we going to position ourselves, not just from a brand, but our education products and our offerings, and who we're trying to attract and engage globally. So those are all going to be discussions that are going to evolve over the next year or two or three, but certainly the framework is being built now so we can continue this progression.
Absolutely, and since the conversations are starting this week in Toronto, what can we expect, from the Global Advisory Group, and how can folks learn a little bit more about the global strategy that PCMA is implementing?
As you know, our initial strategy was to educate North Americans on meeting outside of North America. Increasingly, though, we have planners and suppliers that are members now from all sorts of destinations. We have been engaging in different models. One is the advisory summit models that we just did a very successful summit in Oman. We're doing the same summit in Mexico coming up very soon. And currently we are speaking with various Latin American and Asian countries on doing similar summits, which we're educating local governments. But our strategy so far has been where we are not pretending to be all things to all people. We are really trying to focus, and the areas that we have put a lot of emphasis on has been obviously Europe, Asia-Pac, and Latin America. Those are the three big areas. Clearly, Africa is very important to us, but it's emerging. So our resources have been put into the three areas that I just discussed. With that, we have looked at understanding that in different regions there's different needs, different educational needs, different networking needs, and certainly at a governmental level, as they look at economic diversification, how can meetings, convention, and business events play a role in their economic diversification strategy for their countries? PCMA has been playing a very important role in that.
Yeah, they definitely have, and we look forward to following your steps over the next year or so globally. Thank you so much for joining us, Sheriff. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, and for PCMA TV Live, produced by Convention News Television, I'm Sarah Solomon.